I say lay down. Go, baby. Good girl, Tracy. Oh, you want breakfast? You want breakfast? Get up, sit up, sit up, like you were. You want breakfast? 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 Are you done for breakfast? Yeah, she's hungry. It's 8:30 in the morning. We slept in. This is day after second ketamine treatment, which was a whole nother trip. Literally, I mean, you do, as we say that, it's medical treatment. It is medical treatment, but you do go on a journey in it. And some of us refer to that as a trip. Going on a trip. Going on a journey. So, it's 8:30 in the morning and I'm home because I did drive home late last night. I had planned to stay, just waking up. I had planned to, I was staying in Terry at this RV park so I could have a place to sleep after my treatment. And RV parks can be hard because most RV parks are packed with people living in them. And that's great. I mean, I've lived in RV parks multiple times. So I know what, why, and when, and how that all makes sense. However, the man in the RV next to mine last night started raging, screaming, and slamming things. And I didn't know if someone was getting the shit beat out of him or he was just pissed. And it triggered me. I reacted and I laughed. I realized I get full of fear that I don't know what else could happen if someone is in that state of mind, or how long it's going to last when I'm trying to go to sleep and it's controlling my sleep. And it was a long day and I had to travel to my appointment and then have my appointment, and then I was by then sober. It does wear off fairly quick. You shouldn't be driving till the next day, but I was definitely by then not woozy or anything. I had no effects. Anyways, it isn't interesting. It's coincidental because that is the type of behavior that I possess and why I'm getting ketamine. So one reason why I've opted for ketamine. But the fact that I was next to a person in an RV that experiences rage fits. I do too. I know them very well, so I don't judge that person. Or actually, I am judging that person because I know the experience very well. We can't judge someone until we know what they're dealing with. You can't judge somebody if you don't know what they're going through. So I do, but not in a negative way. I just know when someone can go off like that. You don't know how long it's going to last. And I don't have neighbors. If I go into my fits and I'm screaming, nobody hears me. Unless I record it. My poor babies, but I make sure they're kind of like away from me, and these babies. So they're a little tired, but it's time for breakfast. So we're just getting up. Day after second treatment, ketamine, have 2 more weeks, twice a week to go. I'm going to have to figure out other arrangements. Unfortunately, I expedited getting Terry done, but that's fine. That's fine. Terry's done. Terry's repaired. But yeah, I'm going to have to figure out other arrangements and staying in that park. It's a nice park. It's a clean park. Nice people. But it's just, I've lived in parks where there's a lot of drugs and prostitution going on. There's some really awful RV parks out there, and I've lived in them. But this was a cute little one, and very noisy. It was right on, a main road through the town. and it sounded like a freeway. But the first night I was there, it was fine. It's just this man. I can fall asleep to traffic. I can't fall asleep to someone raging because it scares me, and it also puts me in fight protective mode. I remember long ago staying in a hotel in Virginia City, Nevada with my mother, and across the hall you could clearly hear it was midnight, 1 o'clock. It was a very late night, early morning, and you could clearly hear a man just brutally beating his woman. I could hear her screaming. He was yelling. You could hear her falling and getting hit. It was clear, very clear. Of course, Virginia City is haunted. I think this was really going on. I really wanted to go intervene because that is me. I am that type to say, this needs to stop. Should have called the cops, but my mom wouldn't let me go over there. Even though I was an adult still. Anyways, I get into protective mode when I hear a man going off like that. But then it's also this reflection of like, I know that behavior so well, but that's why why I'm getting the treatment, why I was there. And coincidentally, I'm in an RV next to someone who has the same type of behavior, reactions. Lots of us out there with that. So, buzzed home late and just getting up. We'll wait to see what next week brings. I feel okay today. I'm a little tired just because of all that. It's hard to say like, oh, it didn't work because I reacted, but that's why they recommend 6 treatments. Twice a week, 3 weeks in a row, if not more. And the activity that was going on in my brain yesterday, during treatment yesterday, was a lot more. It was slower. The first treatment, everything was real fast. It was boom, boom, boom. Things were going through my brain and coming up and going away and coming up and going away. This time was a little slower, but it felt deeper and darker. I came out of it very sad and tears, and one of the doctors had to sit with me. Didn't have to, but he came to sit with me for a while to talk me down, because I'm like, I don't know if I should leave like this, because I felt in the middle of it so much sadness for thinking, how can I love myself when I don't have family connection? If I feel that they don't love me or want to be around me, then how can I love and be around myself? And these are not true, but this is what comes up. How can I love myself when I hate my family? How can I, love, hate, love? It's just like back and forth, love, hate, oh, and then hate, ugh. It's very, very weird, very dark. In the middle of my session, I felt like I understand why people suicide. I felt like this intense desire to rip my chest open and rip out all my innards, just all my guts and heart and lungs, and like, this sounds making ketamine sound really bad, but it's not. It is digging deep in your soul is what it feels like, in your brain. The gal who set my infusion up, I had this envision in my trip of her chiseling tunnels, like spelunking through my head. And I told her that afterwards. She said she gets that a lot. That's common. And I felt like she was in my brain with a little chisel, like spelunking, like just just chiseling stuff out. So weird. But what it's supposed to do is have long-term effects of building these new ruts away from the old ruts, where you can have release of trauma. I feel like I released a lot of trauma in there because I'm crying erratically and then laughing and crying and laughing. And then something with my lip. I don't know what it is, but it goes like in disgust over stuff. It's just the creepiest thing. I gotta feed my babies. Want to let you know what happened, and we're gonna transition to a different living arrangement, whether it's a different RV park, which isn't, I mean, RV parks are RV parks. I didn't mind it. I lived in tents. I lived in my vintage, not Terry, Bowles Arrow, 56 Bowles Arrow. And then the third time was in my 38-foot fifth wheel before I moved into this house, the homestead. So I understand how it can be, and it's just weird. It's just coincidental, ironic that I landed in a spot next to, like, I picked out this spot too. They didn't just put me there, I picked it out. And the man in there was, I don't know what he was doing. I have no idea. I just heard things and it scared me, and I reacted and I left. C'est la vie. Moving on to next week. They're not cheap, but for the sake of lessening or getting rid of my reactions of just that sort of behavior, reacting aggressively, getting rid of my aggressions, getting rid, or how can I say, to move away from my reactions that can be very aggressive. Link up with my true self means connect with it. I don't find myself. I'm right here. I'm right freaking here, right? Wherever you go, there you are. But link up with it, the real self, and have some clarity of like what I need to do in the future instead of feeling stuck in my current. And sorry, did I tap you? Oh, did I? Oh, she's so sensitive. And get rid of addictions. I've heard a couple times on several accounts, different people say that it can kind of just naturally shift because, again, it's supposed to be a kAST. Ketamine is a kAST to heal the brain and the spirit, really. Brain, body, spirit. It's a kAST. That's what they kind of refer to it like, to help heal. You put a cast on to heal a bone that's broken, right? Doctor can't go in and fix that. You heal it with the kAST and time. So it takes time, and ketamine is like the kAST. So it takes time. And yes, they're expensive, but if they help, then it's worth it. It's just money. If I run out of money, I get a job. I have a job. If you lose a place to live, you go live in a tent. I've done it. Live in a trailer. So many people do it. Now there's gobs of people living in vans. I'd like to go see what life on the road is like in Terry. Hey, I don't need a van. I mean, vans are great because you could be much more discreet and in one unit. And I think they're cool as shit. People, these vans are amazing that they have out there. But what I have is a truck and a trailer, so I could hit the road in that. Maybe so. Gotta go feed the doggies. Okay, let's go. Let's go feed. Breakfast? You want breakfast, Tuck? I don't know. He might be losing his hearing. Breakfast? You want Tuck? Tuck, you want breakfast? Okay, he'll get up in a minute. All right. Okay, here we go. Coffee. I need coffee. Good baby. Good doggies. Good babies.